We are live at Dr. Harold Crum Field in Lexington on this absolutely gorgeous Friday night. They could not have picked a better night for the Minutemen to have their senior night. Tonight they play host to the Winchester Red and Black, who are on really a better run than we've seen from them in the past couple of years. They currently sit at 6-1. The Minutemen are the opposite of that at 1-6. But tonight is the night to pull off the upset. Everybody is here. The crowd is decked out in pink. My co-announcer, Mr. Duncan Maloney, is decked out in pink himself. This is going to be a very fun night for the Minutemen.
A 6-1 Winchester team coming into Lexington on senior night. You know Lexington's going to be a little more amped up to play under the beautiful setting sun here in Lexington. It is a great game. We got the pet band out here tonight. Lexington going to kick off first. We got to see this Winchester offense that has been lighting teams up this season.
We're unsure exactly who won the toss. All we know is that Winchester will be receiving. Jalen Butler is lining up to kick for the Minutemen. They've gone through a couple of different kickers this year.
On the punt, it's been pretty consistently Kafalis, but on the kickoff, it's been a little back and forth ever since Agresta got injured.
And good reason for consistency on those punts with John Kafalis. Nobody can kick a better ball than him.
Game's getting ready to kick off here, Austin. Going to be hopefully a good one here tonight.
We are underway as the kick will be bobbled by Ryan Doucette. It's going to be picked up by George Nelson. Nelson gets free. He's into the secondary. Nelson out across midfield, has the kicker to beat. He won't get there. George Nelson takes the opening kick back for a touchdown, and Winchester is on the board 18 seconds into the game.
Hopefully not a predecessor of what we're going to see tonight, Austin, but that is why Winchester is 6-1. They make plays like that. Even when they're making mistakes, they turn it into a good play, and you saw George Nelson there back. He was ready to pounce, and he picked up that ball, and he took it to the house, cutting across the field. Great blocking all around by the Winchester return team.
Well, we heard so much about the Winchester offense heading into today's game, but we're going to have to wait a little bit longer before we see them.
Here comes the 6'2", 175 kicker and punting specialist, Kieran Core.
Core has absolutely no problem with the extra point. Coach Wilson told me before the game that he is a threat every time this offense crosses midfield. Just a couple weeks ago, he drilled a 53-yard field goal in game. He is obviously a huge college prospect. We're excited to see what the future holds for him. And that was just a glimpse of what he's capable of right there.
And just, 2 plays into the game, Winchester has already asserted themselves as one of the best teams in the league, and Lexington's gonna have a good fight tonight if they want to stay in this game. Obviously, hopefully, Lexington can return the kick for the touchdown, but realistically, I want to see them get a good return, have some good offensive plays, and put it in for 6.
Could not agree with you more. Christian Flores, per usual, is back deep to return. He's got Amari Mao there with him.
I imagine this will not be returnable, but we will see how far Core can boot it. They are probably the furthest back we've seen them this season, all the way back on their own, I'd say 5-yard line to the goal line. Mao's on the goal line.
From the 40, Core lets it fly.
Wow.
That is incredibly well struck. And Duncan, you called it. Mao is not taking any chances with that. Lexington will start with a touchback.
That was about 6-7 deep in the end zone when he caught it. That was a very good kick, and now Lexington's going to have a fresh field to go get at Adam O'Shaughnessy coming in. See what he's got on this Friday night against Winchester. Very strong defense as well. They've shut out teams like Newton South this year. So Lexington's got a tall task ahead of them.
They're going to start off with Christian Flores on the ground. He'll surge ahead for a short gain, give him 2, maybe 3 on the play.
Good job converging on that by Winchester. Good job by Lexington to get the most out of the short little run there. Second and manageable here.
Marimau lined up at the top of the screen here for 2nd and 7. They toss it out to Flores. And not much doing for him there. It'll be 3rd and medium for the Minutemen.
He was wrapped up right away by the Winchester Sachem defense. Right in there was Dylan Oden. Very strong linebacker for the Winchester squad.
Prepare to see a lot of that, is what Coach Wilson told me. Winchester, their defense knows how to get a lot of guys on the ball carrier. It's usually not one guy who carries the load on defense. They get 4, 5, 6 defenders on the ball carrier every play and bring them down. That's what has made this defense so tough to play against.
A little confusion here offensively, making sure everyone knows what they're doing.
Lexington has been a little hesitant to let O'Shaughnessy throw the ball this season, but we're going to see it here. His pass is caught over the middle by Will Everett. He's got a first down up to the 32.
Great job by Lexington. Good play call there, 3rd and 5. You saw some crunchy football there at the start, little mash and bang, but now letting them air it out, and it works, first down. Comes O'Shaughnessy. Flores in the backfield here.
He'll get the carry on first down, and not much there. He met immediately at the line. Might go down as a loss of a yard.
Strong defensive line for Winchester. It's hard to break through, which is why the air game might be a little more relied on in this game for Lexington, especially already starting down after just 2 Winchester plays. 1 Winchester play, technically.
O'Shaughnessy swings it to Mao, and he can't bring it in.
Tough one there for Mao. Started running before he had the full control, and looked like he had a little bit of open field in front of him. Definitely could have made it a little more manageable for this 3rd down, but instead it's 3rd and 11. Probably going to have to air it out a little further this time if Lexington wants to keep the opening drive alive.
Moments ago, O'Shaughnessy hooked up with Will Everett to convert on 3rd and 5. This a little bit longer here. It's going to be 3rd and 11. He has 3 men out wide. He's going to air it out for Kafalis on the sideline. It's tipped and nearly intercepted, but it is incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Job by George Nelson. He took it back for the kickoff return. Almost had an interception right there. Tried to bat it back in play, but Lexington players and staff in the way of that one, so instead it'll be 4th down. I imagine we'll see a Kafalis punt coming up here, and we will.
And Nelson, without hesitating, heads back deep to return this punt. He is 1 for 1 on kickoff returns this game.
Back with him, it's sophomore Gianni DePremo. See where Kafalis angles this one.
He's kicking from just inside his 20.
Right to Nelson.
He'll take it from just across the 35. He works down the sideline. Another good run as he leaps over Kafalis down inside the 35.
My goodness, that was impressive, Austin. You saw him run on the sideline, that speed that he has, and then comes out with the agility, makes a jump for it to get that few extra yards. And now Winchester's got great starting field position for their 2nd drive of the game. First drive where the offense really gets to showcase their talents.
Harry Lowenstein, their captain, lines up in the backfield. He's got Ryan Doucette on his right. He'll fake to him, swing it to Nelson. He's got room down the field. Makes one man miss and out of bounds inside the 20.
George Nelson is a very valuable player. He can take a 3-4 yard gain and turn it into an 8 to 11 yard gain. And you saw some of that there. George Nelson can just break out. He's got that quick speed, and he gets gone right now. Appears to be headed to the sideline. They'll give him a little bit of a rest. See what Harry Lowenstein has for him without George Nelson in the game.
They give it to Doucette up the middle, and he will surge his way for about 5.
Strong play there from Winchester. Running up the middle, pick up a good gain. Second and medium. Now they got subs going on for Winchester, trying to make the most of this second down.
Gianni DePremio joins his quarterback in the backfield. Doucette takes it to the left side, and he will fight his way down inside the 5.
Good run there. Put him about the 2, maybe the 3. Winchester's a train that cannot be stopped. Very impressive here early in the game. And that's what you need out of this Winchester team on the road coming into Lexington on a pretty amped up senior night. You want to punch him in the mouth, and you want to show them what you got early. Come out the gates at 4th gear and never look back.
They spot him at the 1. Doucette takes it up the middle. He's going to fight his way for the touchdown. Winchester strikes again. Pending the extra point, they will go up 14-0.
Another strong play there from Winchester, and that offensive line just keeps moving, giving him the space, and that's an easy touchdown right there for Winchester now. A 2-score lead, not even halfway through the first quarter. See what Core's got here on this extra point. Snap last time was just a little bit high, but he still nailed it. We'll see what they can do on the second attempt of the evening.
Once again, not a problem for Kieran Core.
Beautiful snap, beautiful kick, and easy 14 there for Winchester at the start of this game. And if you're Lexington, you can't roll over just yet. You can't start bequeathing Winchester all these gifts. You need to stay in this game and fight.
It's a 14-point lead for the Red and Black. We are at 6 minutes and 48 seconds to play in the first quarter.
And now, Austin, we've seen Lexington come back from worse deficits than this, but it feels like they need to get something going now. And it feels like they had something a little bit going with that air game in the first drive, so we need to see more of that going into the second drive. Seemingly the only thing that's going to be working for this offense at this point. See what Core's got on this kick. Mount Flores up a little further, expecting this one to the end zone.
It's another deep kick. Looked like a little bit deeper than the last one, and they will not touch it.
Very, very impressive. And now Lexington's got to get back on offense. We'll see what Lexington's got.
O'Shaughnessy has 2 men at the bottom of the screen. That's Kafalis and Mao. Mao will take the swing pass, caught it off a bobble there, gets a few.
Like the run, like they're still trying to get the run working. Still a little work to be done if you're this Lexington offense.
They'll credit Doucette with the tackle. It's a 5-yard pickup on first down. Flores tries to find the edge, and he cannot escape the second defender. That's Brian Harrison, the sophomore.
Good run there for Flores. Had a hole, and he almost broke loose, but Harrison got right on that and didn't let him get anywhere. That is a strong play, and now 3rd and about 4. They're calling it 5.
The Minutemen were in a very similar spot on the last drive, and they were able to convert. O'Shaughnessy will go to the air, and he cannot find Will Everett. Pressure got to him a little bit early, and the pass was altered. 4th down, and here comes the punt team.
Great positioning by Will Everett there, and a good route all around. Just pressure got to him, and got a little behind Will Everett, and couldn't turn around fast enough, and now another 4th down, another punt. Not the best start here for Lexington.
Nelson back deep. Bit of a shorter kick for Kafalis, and they're going to keep it away from him. Out of bounds at about the 41-yard line of Winchester.
I was looking for the tip signal there, Austin. I thought that might have gotten pushed off the punt, but it did not. That was just a tough punt. Good pressure there from Winchester on the punt now. Still pretty decent field position, but definitely not as good as it has been. See what Winchester's got. A little more they have to work with here. A little further away than they were last time, but see what Lowenstein's got for them.
This is amazingly their worst starting field position of the game thus far. And it's Doucette with the carry. He'll carry a couple bodies with him to about the 49.
Doucette is quick, and he's got the moves, and you can see him moving around. Even in the thick of Lexington defenders, he finds an extra yard or two. He is a very, very special player.
Well, the Lexington Marching Band is out tonight. It's I believe our first home game with them making an appearance. We are more than happy to have them here.
Love to hear them. Really makes it feel like a real game atmosphere. It's beautiful here on a Friday night. Friday night lights. Ooh, Lowenstein.
He'll lower the shoulder and take it across midfield. That was Ronan O'Connell with the keeper.
Good job there. Lowering the shoulder, getting in there. Picking up the 1st down. Not too shabby at all. Now they're getting Centorelli in at quarterback. Get a little rotation going at quarterbacks here on the Winchester side, and they've all seemed to work thus far.
DePremio takes the carry to the left side, and another solid pickup on 1st down for the Red and Black.
Strong run by DePremio. Winchester's still trying to find a groove here, trying to get something working. Seems they have with these runs. Would love to see a couple more throws from the Winchester side. Give this game a little spice.
Centorelli will stay in at quarterback. DePremio will stay in at running back. 2nd and 4 from the 40. It's Centorelli with the keeper. And he picks up another first down to the 33-yard line.
They are just marching all over Lexington right now. Nothing they can do to stop them. We knew this was going to be a tough game going in, but Lexington does not have the answers right now.
3 minutes to play in the first quarter. And Winchester is threatening of going up by 3 scores here.
Taking a little extra time here.
Santarelli will take the direct snap. Be met by a group of defenders, but not after getting another great gain. Give him 7 or 8, and still no answer for this Winchester offense by the defense.
Have not had a third down attempt thus far in the game, Austin. That is saying a lot. And now they got O'Connell back in the game. Believe he'll take the quarterback.
And Santarelli is not leaving the field either. This is quite a rotation by the red and black.
And it's smart as well, very smart.
Yeah.
Not knowing what you're going to get. You got 3 pretty good quarterbacks. Don't know who you're going to go to.
O'Connell will keep it himself. He'll be dropped after a modest gain. It's going to be close to a first down, and they signaled to move the chains. So we are still waiting on that first third down attempt by the red and black offense.
Second time O'Connell's been in to drive it home and get the first down, but he has worked both times, so Winchester's got something going there.
We are inside of 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Winchester sits 23 yards away from a 3-touchdown lead. O'Connell tosses it out. DePremeo survives a hit from Will Everett for the moment, and drops shortly after that. Give him 3 or 4 on the play.
Second and medium here, so we'll see if Lexington can figure out an answer, maybe force a third down here.
O'Connell's got Doucette with him in the backfield on what could be the final play of the first quarter. Doucette takes the carry. He'll carry a couple men with him. And it looks like that should be enough to force the first third down attempt of the game for the red and black offense.
Could see he was looking for more blocking help, but he couldn't find it in time and gets wrapped up just short of that first down. Still a really good run for the Winchester back.
They are in no hurry here, and they will head to the sideline. That is going to do it for the first quarter. So far, it's been all Winchester. Lexington offense showed a little bit of promise, but the Winchester defense was able to tighten any loose screws that might have emerged. They lead it 14-0 and are currently 15 yards away from making it 21-0. A big third down will await the start of the second quarter. We will be back briefly. We are back for the start of the second quarter here on LexMedia. I'm Austin Raish. I'm joined once again by Mr. Duncan Maloney. The Minutemen currently trail the Winchester Red and Black 14-0, and they now face a 3rd and 2 on their own 15-yard line. Winchester threatening a 3-score lead here So a stop by the Minutemen defense on this drive is absolutely crucial.
Need a stand here from Lexington. It's a big play. Not saying that Winchester won't go for it, but at least force a little pressure, get the heart rate a little higher.
They're going to do a direct snap up the middle, and that is going to work perfectly for a first down inside the 10.
Look at that offensive line moved basically without breaking a stride for 3 or 4 steps, and it was a sight to behold. That was a very, very good run. Believe that was Centarelli in the middle of all that, and that is another one of the Winchester quarterbacks. They thought O'Connell was going to take the snap in the shotgun, and instead Centarelli swoops in and takes it from him.
He is one of 3 quarterbacks we've seen thus far from the Winchester offense, and it has really kept the Minutemen defense guessing. And so far, they need to find an answer for it, and they need to find one fast. It's 1st and goal from the 9. Doucette takes the carry, tries to find the edge. He'll take it to about the 5-yard line. Will Everett helped to make the tackle.
Good job by Lexington, close off all the lanes there. It was very good. Winchester's been pretty good at blocking, but Lexington seems to be breaking through a little bit more every time they try and do one of those runs up the middle.
Doucette and O'Connell are in the backfield again. O'Connell takes it himself, finds a gap, and walks in for the touchdown. The 3rd of the game for the Winchester offense. They lead it 20-0, 21-0, pending the extra point.
I love a strong play there from Winchester, and you don't know which quarterback they're going to go to in that time. It happened to be O'Connell, and he's been very good at running the ball all day. He's got 2 first downs on him, and now a touchdown. He is a strong, strong runner at the quarterback position. Here comes Core. A scholarship camp over the summer for kicking specifically. The Winchester has got a very good kicker. That's gonna be a big piece missing next year.
Snap is good, hold is good, and shockingly, the 20-yard extra point is not a problem for Core.
He's hammering those home all day. Don't believe he'll have too many field goal tries today, but we shall see.
10 minutes and 50 seconds are left in the first half. It's been complete and total domination on the part of Winchester thus far.
Is not great right now for Lexington. Lexington needs to pick it up offensively, get something going here on this drive. Not sure what it is they're looking for, whether it be air in the ground, but haven't had much luck on either, so they need something to change their luck, turn around. Get something different.
Kieran Core has not given Flores or Mao a chance to return a kick thus far. So let's see if he sticks to that plan here. Would not be surprising if he does. And Flores will not get a chance at it. The Minutemen will come out to the 20 for the 3rd time today.
Pep Band did their best, but they cannot distract that leg. And now Lexington's got the ball at the 20.
Well, you never want to speak too soon, especially when there's almost 11 minutes left in the second quarter, but this kind of feels like a drive where the Minutemen need to get at least something to keep their hopes up.
This could be a game-changing drive right here, Austin, where Lexington gets a touchdown and things start to turn their way, but we got 80 yards to get, so we'll see about that.
Koufalis is the motion man on first down. And Flores takes the toss. He's got some room. He'll go across the 25 for a solid pickup on first down.
Strong way to start the drive there, Austin. And Lexington needs a lot of plays like that if they want to have a successful drive.
scoreboard is giving him 9 yards on first down. It looks to be a little bit less than that, maybe about 7. Should be about 2nd and 3. They updated to 2nd and 2. Flores takes the delayed handoff. He's dropped quickly. Going to come up just short of the first down.
That was a very late handoff there, and not going to have much success doing it that late, giving Winchester's defenders that much time to swarm the ball, and not really much Flores could do there. Did end up getting a yard in the ref's eye, so 3rd down and short here.
Brian Harrison helped make the stop. That is not the first time we've said his name tonight. And he is only a sophomore, so they have 2 more years to develop him. So you know that coaching staff has got to be excited to have him on their squad.
100%, Austin.
Marson in motion. Flores again, and he is stonewalled on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to go, and it's 4th down. And now a decision is coming for Shane Wilson.
That'll be 4th and inches, and I feel like at this point in the game you have to go for it. We're not saving much with the punt. And it looks like that's what they're doing. Taking risks, love to see it. Don't love to see it this early in the game. Wish we were in a better position, but Lexington's making the most of it, and they got a chance here. I imagine they're going to try and run it again, which I don't love. I would like to see a little air. I would like to see a throw on maybe 3rd down, but now they're in a 4th and short position, so we'll see what they go with.
They bring in Billy Marson at fullback. Flores stays in at the halfback position. It's Marson up the middle, and the push is going to get him the first down to the 35.
Great play by Lex. Very strong. You can tell when Marson came in the game, he was probably going to get the ball. And just like that, Lexington's got a first down. Maybe a little bit of momentum coming their way. We'll see if they can finish up the drive first. But 1 first down, that's pretty good for me.
It's the exact same play on 2nd down. Give Marson about 4 there.
Two straight plays in a row. Don't hate that. It worked once. See if it can work again, and it did. See what they can get here. And looks like we got an injured player.
We do have a player down. That is
Marson.
I believe Marson.
Appears to be a bit shaken up. Checking the face, maybe got something in the eye there and a little bloodied up.
Well, he just ran 2 straight plays where he took a lot of force on 2 straight fullback dives up the middle. So you never know what can happen on those plays.
Would hate to see any major head injury there, especially on senior night here in Lexington.
It's 2nd and 6. Flores goes up the middle. And once again, just a convoy of Winchester defenders waiting for him. Gets maybe half a yard on 2nd down.
He was met heavy there, Austin. He was moving forward a little bit, and then a couple more Winchester players came in, and boom. Stopped dead in his tracks.
Third and 5 now for the Minutemen. They are at their own 40. I think this crowd is looking for O'Shaughnessy to get some air under it here.
Wouldn't hate that at all. Here it comes.
Pressure off the edge. O'Shaughnessy rolls, takes it himself. He's got the first down and a lot more. Down inside the 40 of Winchester. Lexington might finally have just got the momentum-gaining play they've been looking for so long.
Adam O'Shaughnessy, very strong thrower, but he is also a very good runner out of the pocket. Almost took it all the way to the honky-tonk right there. And great play for Lexington on the other side of the field for the first time today, and now a chance for 6 points on the board.
They spot him down at the Winchester 36-yard line. It's 1st and 10. He's got Flores on his left. He'll try to go to the air again, but he cannot escape the rush. Thrown down back at the 41.
Good play by Brogan Salvietti. O'Shaughnessy, smart holding on to the ball there. I've seen in the past him get wrapped up a little bit and he throws it away, but good job holding on. Hate to take the sack, but rather a sack than a fumble.
Marson is back on the field after being shaken up a couple plays ago. He's in there to give O'Shaughnessy protection. His pass for Kafalis falls down right in front of him. I think he never saw it. Just a miscommunication on their part.
Wasn't ready for it, lost in the lights. Not sure what happened there, but definitely a miscommunication and a big one because Lexington's got a third and very long here after they just had a big first down play. Now trampled down on third down.
Given the situation, Lexington will probably take 2 shots at this if they get close enough. So really, they could think of this as second down here. If they're going to go for it on fourth down, they don't need to get all 15 of these yards back on one play. They could take a short throw over the middle to make fourth down a little more manageable. O'Shaughnessy rolls, airs it out for Kafalis, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Cedric Edwards, and just like that, Winchester takes away all of Lexington's momentum.
Could tell off the rip that throw was a little wobbly and didn't have a shot to fall in a jump situation. And now Winchester sucks all the momentum Lexington had out of the stadium, and they have another chance. Make it a 4-score game before half. See what Winchester goes with. Have not seen a lot of since earlier on in the first quarter. George Nelson. Haven't seen a lot of him, which is very good for Lexington. Could be much worse, but haven't heard a lot from him. Don't see him on the field right now.
Lowenstein is back at quarterback, and Doucette takes the carry to the outside. Thrown down nicely. Ball came out at the end of the play. They ruled him down. Nigel Nawatwa combined with, I believe, John Donaghy to bring him down.
A little too much room there for Doucette off the carry. Need to swarm the ball a little quicker if Lexington wants to hold up this drive. Second and medium for Winchester here. Flag on the play.
Flies. Doucette takes it to the outside. He's out across the 40 with a first down for the moment.
Might have been a jump defensively. We will see, but that appeared to be right off the snap.
I believe
it's offense.
I believe that's an illegal formation called on Winchester. It's the only penalty I can imagine where they wouldn't have blown it dead before the ball was snapped.
Now Winchester moves back a little bit after a pretty strong run there. They get set back. Not good for them.
They're now back to the original line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 10 from their own 29. .407 to play in the first half. They try to go up the middle and not much doing there.
And now a third down and long here for Winchester. Interested to see where they're going to take this one. This is the first time they've had a third and long all night. It's usually been third and short on the one other time they had third down. So we'll see what the play call is here for Winchester. Lowenstein still in at quarterback, and none of the other quarterbacks listed are in the game right now. So imagine it's a committed throw on this play. And Wilson's going to take a timeout.
Probably a smart call there. This is a pretty crucial play upcoming. The Minutemen would love a stop here on defense to give their offense a chance to go find the end zone before the half ends, because the Minutemen will be getting the ball to start the second half. So this could potentially be a very nice 1-2 punch here. score at the end of the half, and then score at the start of the next half to bring it to a one-possession game.
That would be very nice, Austin. A lot of work obviously has to be done before we can get that, but good call there by Wilson, knowing how important of a 3rd and 8 this is to make sure they get it right defensively. Lexington comes out of the timeout. And here comes Winchester. Big 3rd down attempt here.
Coach Wilson just quickly subbed in Amari Mao for 3rd and 8.
He's hopping on Connor Pandolf. Watch him down low. Couple one-on-ones to watch on the other side of the field as well, but Pandolf and Mao is definitely one to watch since Mao was just substituted on.
Lowenstein will throw on 3rd and 8. Pressure coming at him. His pass is thrown to nobody on the sidelines, and the Minutemen get the stop they were looking for.
That is a big, big play there for the Minutemen, and now 3:18. They're going to obviously have a punt in with Kieran Core. You're probably going to get pinned back pretty deep, but Lexington's going to have a shot here, and that's all they need. Here comes the cannon leg, Kieran Core. On to punt at about the, he's lining up at about the 16. I imagine he'll take a few steps forward to about the 20. Really want to measure this one out. I'm excited to see how far this one goes.
He's got Christian Flores back deep to return it. No sign of Amari Mao.
High punt, giving Winchester
Very
time
high
to get
punt.
there.
And the Minutemen are going to stay away from this one. It'll roll down to, call it the 20-yard line.
Let's call that 60 on the punt. Very nice punt. High, he gave time. That was a very smart punt because he gave time for the defenders to get down there. It's not all about, the length of the punt there, because you want Winchester defenders time to get down there, make a play if some Lexington player happens to bump it.
People never appreciate kickers and punters until they're in situations when they need them. And I guarantee you, everybody on this Winchester team and every fan of that team appreciates them a whole lot more after watching Kieran Core play. Flores takes the toss on 1st down, and he gets absolutely stonewalled. Once again, Brian Harrison was there to bring him down. Call it no gain on the play.
He had a little bit of a hole for a second, but that closed before he could blink. Lexington's got a 2nd and 10, didn't get much there, if anything at all.
Only 2.5 minutes left to play in the first half and counting as the Minutemen come to the line. They have 80 yards to go, realistically, given their kicker situation, if they want to get on the board before half. O'Shaughnessy going to air it out. Mao is deep down the field, and it's incomplete. He had hands on it but could not bring it in.
Double covered there. It's a pretty good throw, but definitely a little bit dangerous. Mao definitely looked like he was getting ready to swat it down a little bit, but could not bring that one in. Now 2:18 to go, 3rd and 10. Not how Lexington wanted this drive to go.
O'Shaughnessy rolls to his left. Going to the air again. Mao in traffic, cannot bring it in. No flag on the play. It's 4th down.
A little borderline there, but caught by the refs, letting them play it out. That would have been a very nice play on 3rd and 10. Would have been refreshing from Lexington to see a play like that.
Bo Spingisi was in coverage for Winchester on the play. Now the Minutemen are punting back very deep. Cafales will kick from inside his own 10. And we've said many, many times what Kieran Core is capable of. His long in-game is 53 yards. So that means if Winchester wants points before the half, their target is the 35-yard line to be in his range.
Which is very manageable if this punt gets to about the 50-yard line. We'll see if they can.
No rush on the kick. It's a line drive taken right at midfield by DiPromeo. He's got room down the sideline, and they force him out of bounds at near the 25-yard line.
Almost got loose there, but he was able to be stopped, and now Winchester has very good field position. Not a ton of time, but definitely enough time for the field that they have. And a chance to get a 4-score game.
Well, they are already well within Core's range, but you know they're looking at a little bit more than 3 here in the final 1 minute and 57 seconds of the half.
100% there, Austin.
Ronan O'Connell's in the backfield. He'll take it himself, and he's going to be thrown down for a loss on the play. That's Mario Capone, the linebacker, who we've said this many times, missed all of last year, so he has more than enough motivation to play this year in his senior year, especially now on his senior night.
Very strong play from Mario Capone there. Got in there, wrapped up the quarterback, ate him up, really. That was a very good play, like a nice piece of fruit. Just took him out.
Your analogies never cease to amaze me.
Well, let's hope this Lexington defense amazes me here. Makes a stop. 1:20 and counting here on the clock.
They go to the air, and the pass is incomplete, intended for George Nelson, a name who we have not said since the first quarter. That's the first look he's gotten, and it does not work out.
Could hear the reaction from the crowd. They wanted something there and just didn't get it. And now we got 3rd and 10, or a little more than 3rd and 10 for Winchester. Definitely haven't seen as much of a rush from Winchester since they went up 3 scores. It's definitely been a little more of a work in progress for their offense.
O'Connell will swing it to the outside, and a lot of room down the sideline. Should be enough for a first down, and it is.
As soon as I say that, Austin, they take it for about 12 or 13.
That's Ben Wilson, the receiver and captain. First time we've said his name tonight, but he picked a good moment to make himself known.
Good play for him, and now less than a minute, and the clock is ticking. Winchester been a little slow on this drive, and there's the timeout for Winchester. I believe it is Winchester timeout. Yep, and that is a much-needed timeout. Definitely been a little bit sluggish the past 2 drives. They're going to want to figure something out before Lexington decides to capitalize.
That's going to stop the clock at 50 seconds. Winchester currently sits about 16 or 17 yards away from their 4th touchdown of the half.
Lexington needs a big play here. 21-0. If they can get a turnover, that would be immaculate, but can't imagine that's going to happen. We just need a stop. If 3, I'll take 3. I'll take a 24-0 going into the half. I would love 21-0, but you do not want 28-0, because on that scoreboard, walking into the locker room, seeing 28-0, that is not a good sight.
We know this team can pull off crazy comebacks, but 4 scores in 1 half is kind of a lot. They're going to add 8 more seconds to the clock.
That is a lot of time there, and I believe he did go out of bounds.
That's what I thought, too. I was surprised that the clock was running after that play to Ben Wilson on 3rd down. The ref ran all the way over to the Minutemen sideline to indicate that to the people in the booth on our right.
Now 58 on the clock.
They fake to do set, find a man wide open, down the sideline, and in for the touchdown.
Centarelli.
It's Jack Centarelli, the quarterback, but also a lot of other positions. Not very uncommon on this Winchester offense.
I'll tell you what, he is a tough customer. He is hard to be stopped, and just a tough break there for Lexington. 1 play after the timeout, and Winchester gets the score.
We have an injured player down on the far side of the end zone.
Appears to be a Lexington player. I believe that is Nigel Ndwawa, and tough to see a young player like that go down.
He may be young, but he is certainly a defensive presence for the Minutemen. We've said his name more than a few times this season, so you really hope he's okay.
In your humble opinion, Mr. Austin, what do you think is Lexington's path to victory right now? Down 27, pending 28-0. What is going to happen?
Well, that is a loaded question, Mr. Maloney. I think quite a lot of things need to happen on both sides. The offense, they've shown sparks. They've shown a hints at the stuff that the people come here to see, but they just got to put things together. I think last year, Coach Wilson said that one of the biggest problems with their offense was that it was very incidental. As in, Nelson Mendez-Steven would often scramble, and they get a good play out of that, but that was not their plan, and that's really what they relied on to be able to put up points. And this team, this current team, really needs to get away from that too. It just seems like they don't have a specific offensive attack that they can stick to and that they know will work against this very tough Winchester defense.
We'll see if Lexington, I imagine there's going to be a big change of strategy in the locker room, but I can't imagine it's going to be enough. You just got to go one possession at a time. Still 46 seconds. There's still time to score in this half if Lexington plays it right. Here comes the Kieran Core kick.
Low snap. They get it down, and Core absolutely crushes it through the uprights.
That was a rocket. Very, very strong kick. Wouldn't want to be in the way of that one.
Hope nobody was in the batting cages practicing their swing because they just got an unpleasant surprise.
Now Winchester going to kick off. Lexington have 46 seconds to figure out something offensively. Try and swing the tide back their way. And that is a tall task for this team in the first half where seemingly nothing has gone right. Pep Band trying their best to knock him off his game. Not going to work on that one. That might be the best one of the night. All the way.
Fell just shy of the uprights. And Kieran Core once again will not give Christian Flores or Amari Mao a chance to do what they do best.
But now Lexington at the 46 seconds to go 80 yards. More than they've gone all day. It's a very tall task. See what Lex can do here.
Shaughnessy just dumps it to Flores. He'll get a couple of blocks as he works the sideline. Gets out of bounds after a pickup of 7. That stops the clock with 38 seconds.
Not a bad idea for Lexington, but that's definitely not going to get him any points. And I believe they're taking a timeout here. Yep. And now they have a little extra time.
That should put them at 1 remaining in the half. I would love to know what's being said in that huddle, trying to figure out how you can go 76 yards in just 23 seconds.
If anything, Austin, I wouldn't want that. You know, you don't want to force a play because that could end up in a turnover, pick 6. If Lexington wants a fairy tale ending, they just need to get to the end of this half and then go into the locker room, make some changes, and come into the second half ready to rip.
I completely agree with you there, Duncan. We've seen from a lot of teams, we've seen them try to force things in unnecessary situations, and it only comes back to hurt them. So the Minutemen can definitely try to think of something here, but don't do anything that you're going to regret 2 minutes later.
Wilson talking to the officials at the moment. A frequency at this Lexington football field that is all too much of a sight. As Lexington continues to scheme offensively. And they're ready to go.
After Flores went out of bounds, the clock stopped at 38 seconds. Since then, they ran off 15 seconds. So right now, we have 23 seconds on the clock, and I guess the Minutemen were okay with that.
Yeah, where did those 15 seconds go, Austin? That's what I'm wondering. The people are wondering.
And I guess we're going to have to keep wondering, as O'Shaughnessy will go to the air. Kafalis has it out across the 30, but they wrap him up inbounds.
Gonna take another timeout, I would imagine, unless they're just going to run it to the half. They're going no huddle, because that makes sense.
The clock briefly stopped after the first down. Now it picks up again. We're down to 10 seconds. O'Shaughnessy throws on the sideline. Kafalis could not bring it in. 6 seconds on the clock in the first half. Lexington will likely run one final play and then head into the locker room.
Not sure why we didn't take a timeout there, knowing we had one. Could have done the no huddle to play after in desperation, but nevertheless, Lexington has 6 seconds to find a way to go. How many yards would you call that? 66, 67?
Something like that.
Just eyeball on there, but it's a lot. Too many, Austin, too many. We'll see what they game plan for here.
Flores will just run it up the middle. They'll get past a few defenders, but nothing doing after that. Alex Mills, the senior, helped bring him down, and that will do it for the first half. Not the start the Minutemen were looking for on their senior night. Just a total beatdown by Winchester after the first 24 minutes. These teams head into the locker room, one of them up 28, the other not knowing what happened.
Lexington's got a lot of work to do in the locker room, and Winchester pretty comfortable right now, but they're definitely a little slower at the end of that first half, so both teams got something to work on in the locker room. Lexington lacks working on the field during halftime. Pep band working as well. Great night here at Lexington. They have a whole second half to figure out how to find 28 points on this football field.
Once again at the half, Winchester 28, Lexington 0. Second half begins in 12 minutes. From all of us here on LexMedia, thank you once again for being with us tonight. I'm Austin Raish. I'm joined by Duncan Maloney. We will see you soon. We are back for the start of the second half between the Lexington Minutemen and the Winchester Red and Black. The two teams are ready to kick off momentarily. And if you haven't joined us tonight, you have missed a total beatdown on the part of Winchester. They lead 28-0 as Kieran Core kicks it away to Amari Mao and Christian Flores. And once again, it will not be returnable. That was actually John Donaghy back there, the first time we've seen him back deep to return a kick. Flores, not sure what the deal is with him. He may be dealing with an apparent injury.
Possibly. Not much kicks to be returned there when Core is kicking. Despite that, you still see the Winchester team frolicking down the field like ponies. It's unbelievable. Moving, even though they know the kick is going out the back of the end zone.
I'm Austin Raish, and once again, I'm joined by Duncan Maloney here on LexMedia. The Minutemen will begin for the 5th time tonight on their own 20-yard line.
Got the ball here, got a chance to change the game a little bit.
And they start off on the ground. And the last-minute push is going to get them a decent gain there. That's Billy Marson taking the carry.
Remember earlier, Marson stepped out for a couple plays, dealing with some kind of head injury. Looks like he's still kind of dealing with something. Getting stuff out of his helmet, but appears to be all good now, and he's moving the ball for Lexington.
They call it a gain of 7 there on first down. Marson is lined up in the fullback position. And he will get it again. This time they were a little more ready for it. Almost half the defense combines to bring him down. It's going to be a loss of about a yard, leaving the Minutemen with a 3rd and short.
See if they go to the air here. Wouldn't imagine they would, but it's a possibility. Would be interested to see the strategy here for O'Shaughnessy. Does have an interception today. Thrown in the first quarter. Intercepted by George Nelson.
It's the same formation for Lexington. It's going to be Flores on 3rd down. He's going to try to fight his way across. It's going to be very, very close. No signal yet. And the chains are being moved, so Flores gets the first down.
Good job by Mihiro Nakano. Moving Flores, basically picking him up and moving him. And that's the difference. Lexington's got the first down. The drive is still going, so good job for that Lexington team.
Alex Mills of Winchester, he had Flores seemingly dead to rights in the backfield, but that extra push was able to get him across and keep this drive going, so a very nice job there. First down, O'Shaughnessy swings it to Mao, and he cannot escape the Winchester rush.
He got popped.
Ryan Doucette, who we've said a lot, we said that name a lot on the offensive side of things. He had a touchdown in the first quarter. Now shows us that offense is not his only specialty.
That was a very good hit. And listen, Lexington's been trying the screen passes right on the line. Doesn't really seem to be working. Doesn't seem to be their best avenue right now. But to be fair, all the passing games right now are a little less than ideal.
It's a loss of 4 on the failed screen pass to Amari Mao.
Jump. That's a jump.
We'll see who this is on. And it will be on Winchester. Neutral zone infraction is the call.
You'd think he was at a trampoline park how high he jumped on that play. And Lexington's to the benefit. The loss on the first play wiped off. And now they have a 2nd and 9.
Mao in motion, takes the carry. He's got room on the right sideline. The left sideline, that is. He's got a first down out to the 42.
Thrown down there. That was a good hit on the part of Joe Guida. And a good run by Mao. Pick up the first down. He's got the speed, takes the outside edge. They can't catch him if he's running that fast. Here comes Lex, first down. Getting the ball moving a little bit. Appears to be a run play coming here. Marson at the fullback, Flores at the halfback.
They are going to give it to Marson right up the middle, and not much for him. Possibly a gain of nothing, and it looks like the Winchester defense has adapted to that fullback dive that the Minutemen love to run.
Yeah, you can tell when Lexington likes to play a lot, they like to run it, see if they can get all they can out of it. And I think they've reached their limit on that play before it starts going backwards, so time to mix it up a little bit. Maybe get some trick plays going. Keep Winchester guessing.
Now Flores and Marson are lined up on either side of O'Shaughnessy.
High snap there.
He'll roll to his right, airs it out for Mao on the sideline, and what a catch! Amari Mao with one hand hauls it in just shy of midfield. That'll get the crowd going.
Still third down here for Lex, but that was a very good catch by Mao, bringing it in one hand, and very impressive stuff. Pinched up against the sideline like that.
It's going to make third down a lot more manageable here. It took third down and 10 to about 3rd and 5. And given the situation with about 7 minutes to play in the third quarter, Lexington will probably get 2 shots at this if they can't convert here. But they are going to. Kafalis hauls in the low pass to the 45. It is a first down.
Good job at Kafalis. Lexington's getting a little bit of a rhythm going here. And as soon as I say that, Winchester's going to take a timeout. Very smart on the Winchester team, Winchester coaching staff. Take a timeout as soon as Lexington gets going a little bit.
Yeah, given the score still 28-0 in their favor, and the clock, we're approaching the halfway point in the third quarter, Winchester really just has to avoid messing up royally if they want to hold on in this game. And so far, Lexington has them confused right now. This is, I would say, the best offensive drive we've seen thus far from the Minutemen. So a very smart call on Winchester's part to slow things down and talk things over.
100%. Just because Winchester is a 4-score lead doesn't mean they want this game getting away from them. They want to have this breathing room that they have. They don't want to have to worry too much about this game coming down in the final stretch as we reach the final quarter of the game. They want to be comfortable. They want to make a stop here on defense as they have been all night. We'll see if they can do that.
Two men on either side of the screen. O'Shaughnessy will swing it to Flores.
No blockers.
And not much there. It's one of many times I've said that tonight. Just nobody there to help him. And no matter how good you are, you cannot get past 3 defenders on your own.
Yep, right as soon as Flores got out a little bit, you could see 3 Winchester defenders diverging. And I turned to look where the Lexington blockers, and there's no one in the area. Tough one for Flores. Still picked up a yard, though, so props to him.
Marson is the motion man on 2nd and 9. They go back to Flores, and once again, absolutely nowhere to go for him. This Winchester defensive line has been unbelievable at adapting to Lexington's run game.
100% now. That guarantees basically probably 2 downs in the air here, I would imagine, unless they get 9 yards or 8 yards on the first throw, in which case they might run it on 4th down. But Lexington needs to break out of the mold a little bit.
5.5 minutes left to play in the third quarter, so really a lot of time is being taken off the clock here. Lexington has to think about going a little faster if they want a chance to come back in this. It's 3rd and 10 from the 44 of Winchester. O'Shaughnessy going to air it out for Mao with separation, and it's broken up. Ben Wilson was in coverage, swatting it away at the last moment, and it's 4th and 10.
Ben Wilson had the reach there. You could watch his arm just go up, swat it down out of the air. That was a beautiful, beautiful play. And Lexington is going to punt here. Interesting. seems a little reserved for this point in the game, but nevertheless, the decision has been made, and Kafalis is going to come on, try and pin Winchester deep in their own territory.
Winchester has Gianni DePromeo and George Nelson back deep to return. We know what both of those guys can do. Nelson put Winchester on the board before their offense even touched the field on the opening kickoff. No rush on the kick. It's a high one. Fair catch called for and taken by DePromeo at about the 17-yard line.
And now Winchester's got fresh set of downs, a lot of field in front of them. They got 5 minutes left in the third quarter. This is a put-away drive. Take away any hopes that Lexington had at winning this game and just take a nice long drive down the field here. We'll see if they can conform to that.
Centarelli is back at quarterback. Winchester just keeps the Minutemen guessing who is going to be under center. He'll take it himself up the middle, call it 5 on first down.
Just what I said, Winchester probably going to see a lot of those runs on this drive if Lexington does not figure it out.
Winchester in no hurry here on 2nd and 6.
Definitely taking their time on this play call. And
the handoff to Wilson is going to be blown dead.
Jump on the line before the play there. Looked like might have been Winchester, but we'll see. It's going to be against Winchester.
So that should wipe the first down run by Centarelli. It'll put them at about 2nd down and 9 is where the marker is at. The clock continues to run. We're down to 4 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Wilson is the motion man again. Centarelli takes it up the middle himself. Gets a little push from his line.
Had some moves in there, and looks like a little conversation after the play as well between some of the linemen. You know it gets heated in the pile. Now a third and manageable, but still 3rd down nonetheless. Definitely don't want a bad 3rd down attempt here, bring on Core to punt it away.
Centarelli's back at quarterback. He'll keep it himself. Tries to find the room and dives ahead for the first down.
Punches thrown, punches.
Players fall to the ground. We're not sure who was involved with that. Looked like John Kafalis was caught up in it for the Minutemen, along with Brogan Salvietti for Winchester.
Tommy Higgins in there as well, standing up for his teammates. It's getting a little Fergalicious out here, Austin. Players not happy and have not seen this aggression out of the Lexington team all night. And it's going to be a different second half from here on out, Austin.
So the refs have a lot to discuss. We could potentially be looking at offsetting penalties here on both sides, but you never know.
Now, I might have been mistaken, but if I saw a swing, someone's getting ejected. No doubt about that, but flags went flying immediately, and can't imagine either coaching staff's happy about that, especially not Winchester. You don't want to lose anyone to a suspension possibly for getting in a fight in a game where you're up 4 scores, so it's going to be interesting to see the deliberation on this one. And they're going to have a lot of penalties to relay to the score booth here. And you're right, they are going to offset. And the refs are going to be looking for that. They're going to be a little more strict for the remaining 15 minutes of this game. And I can imagine both coaches looking for a little bit of an explanation. Specifically, Shane Wilson. Wondering why someone's not getting more of a penalty.
Well, we don't know who the flags were thrown on specifically, but we will have to make our assumptions about that. Regardless, the foul was offset. It is going to be 1st and 10 for Winchester after the keeper by Centarelli got them the yardage they needed.
Austin, it's getting a little hot in here. Someone turned up the heat in this kitchen, and it's not going to cool down anytime soon. I'm imagining Winchester's going to want to calm down, but Lexington's got a lot of anger in him right now. Down 4 scores at the point of the game they're at.
Wilson takes the end around from Centarelli, and he's thrown down by Will Everett behind the line. Nicely done there for a loss of 2.
And you can see the ref swarming to the end of the play at that one. You can always see after a play like that, you can see the little extra pushes and shoves after the whistle.
Yeah, this game is now completely changed after what happened at the end of that run by Centarelli. And now, if anybody slips up, they are at a very high risk of being thrown out and possibly, like you said, Duncan, a suspension, which, if you're Winchester, you desperately need to avoid, as you're looking ahead to probably the playoffs.
Oh, 100%.
As they're likely to go to 7-1 on the season after this. Oh. Centarelli going to air it out to nobody. Wilson was there, but well overshot.
He's got too much of an arm there. It looks like Doucette and Dominic Capone getting into it a little during the play. And you mentioned earlier, Austin, you mentioned before the play how none of these teams want suspensions, specifically Winchester. If I'm the Winchester coaching staff, I am preaching, do not retaliate, because they will call you, you will get thrown out, and they will not. It's gonna be angry, it's gonna be frustrating, but you cannot retaliate because they're gonna call you on it 110% of the time. 2:14 left in this third quarter. The past few minutes have gone by like an eternity.
Lowenstein sets up a screen to Doucette. Well sniffed out there by Dominic Capone.
And again, Capone with words after the play. Doucette's getting a little frustrated.
It's going to be 4th down and long as the punt team takes the field for both sides.
And quietly on that drive, Austin, Lexington made a good stand. Lexington did not let Winchester go. As this game has gone on, Winchester has found it harder and harder to score, and Lexington's defense has figured it out. We just need to see the offense break through in the same way the defense has.
Lexington could get some solid field position out of this punt, but with Kieran Core, that is no guarantee.
Here it comes.
He gets it away cleanly. It'll land at the 35. Flores wants no part of it. And it'll roll down to about the 29 of the Minutemen. Now more extracurricular stuff after the play, and another flag comes in. Dominic Capone for the Minutemen.
It's got to be on Dominic Capone.
In there with Adelwave Ibrahim. And as for Winchester, Sam Kaniski and Cedric Edwards,
I imagine,
we're getting caught up.
This might be another offsetting, but I wouldn't be surprised if one player got called for it. We will see. They're pointing to the Lexington side. Oh, there it is.
And it will go just on the Minutemen. That's a personal foul there. We're unsure exactly who it was on, but we can probably assume it was Dominic Capone who got called for it. The ref's setting a precedent early on here. If you do anything of that sort, you will get flags for it.
He's costing his team big time there, starting at the 29, and now they are back. They're going to 15?
That's what it should be.
Yep. They'll put him at the 15-yard line about. Which, if you think about it, that's a game, because they started at the 29 solidly, and now they're at about the 15. We'll take every half yard we can get, Austin.
1 minute and 17 seconds are left in the third quarter. So the Minutemen try to get on the scoreboard. A run,
good run
up
there
the
by
middle
Marson.
for Marson. Give him about 10 on the play.
Strong run kind of caught him off guard there, and he broke up the middle, picked up a first down.
Less than a minute to go here in quarter number 3. The Minutemen just got one of the best starts to an offensive drive they've had all game. Now they got to look to build off that and finally, hopefully, take that 0 off the scoreboard. They run it again, and not much doing there. Flores had the carry for nothing.
No such luck the second time running, trying to catch him again, but Winchester does not go sleeping much.
The clock will continue to run. O'Shaughnessy does not appear to be in any hurry. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. So 12 minutes later, no points added to the scoreboard, but tensions between the two sides certainly rising. We saw 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, one handed out to each side, and then a personal foul handed out to Dominic Capone of the Minutemen at the end of the punt. Now, frustration is obviously a factor in football games like this, where one side completely dominates the other, but you have to learn to keep those emotions in check, and we'll see if the Minutemen can do that for the final 12 minutes. Here on LexMedia, I'm Austin Raish. I'm joined by Duncan Maloney. The fourth quarter will begin momentarily. We will see you then. Fourth quarter begins here on LexMedia as O'Shaughnessy's pass sails over Billy Marson's head.
Dangerous, dangerous pass there as we start the fourth quarter. Had a little scuffle, some punches getting thrown. A little punchy here, a little shove there. Ain't nothing to it. And now tensions have risen, but it seems like Lexington is trying to get the most of it, try to get a big play there on first down.
The Minutemen are now set up with a 3rd and 10 from their own 25. And winning this game may be out of reach at this point. So now the focus goes from that to playing for pride. You would like to get that 0 off the scoreboard before the clock hits 0. Kafalis is the motion man. O'Shaughnessy rolls to his left. Still looking, now he'll pull it down. He gets hit out of bounds well short of the first down.
I'll tell you what, O'Shaughnessy was boogieing down there. Got a little boot scooting boogie moving down there. He's quick.
It's a pickup of 5 on 3rd down, but it will not be enough to keep the offense out there. Kafalis will go back to punt it once again.
Now Kafalis back on, trying to flip the field position a little bit. Press Winchester. Special teams, you see a lot of blocks, so we'll be watching for some scuffles here, especially with Dominic Capone on the field.
Kafalis gets it away. It's a shorter kick. Nelson takes it from his own 40. Gets 5, and another scuffle at the end of the play, and smartly,
They both
they
let
will
go
stop.
there. Very smart.
Dominic Capone was involved once again. He was caught up with Alex Mills of Winchester. But Intelligence prevails on both sides. No need to cost your team 15 yards unnecessarily.
100%. Don't want to have to run an extra 15 yards. Speaking of running more than 15 yards, the day after Thanksgiving, the LexGiving 5K, sponsored by the cross country and wrestling teams. The day after Thanksgiving, registration open now. Gonna be running much more than 15 yards. I call it 5 kilometers at the distance, and George Nelson ran about that distance on the opening kickoff.
Yes, he did.
Nelson lined up at receiver here, and he's got a lot of room off the key. We'll see if he can do something with it, and they're going to hand it off.
Doucette takes the carry from Lowenstein, or correction, that is Gianni DePromeo, and he will pick up what appears to be a first down, and it is, out across midfield.
Good job by Donaghy. Make the tackle there, break the block, and chop him down. But Winchester continues to move like a truck with no brakes. Once again, Winchester in the gun.
DePromeo gets it again on first down. He'll lower the shoulder ahead for about 5 or 6.
Good job there by Lex to manage that play. And now a second and medium. Gives Lex a chance to force a third and medium.
Ten and a half minutes are left in the ball game. Lowenstein keeps it himself. Chooses to take it up the middle instead of pitching it to Nelson.
Looked like they were going for the option there. Or they were looking, they had an option, but they did not take it.
It's going to leave Winchester with a 3rd and short here.
If you can remember back, Austin, the first quarter, and really most of the first half, it was hard pressed to say, oh, Winchester has a 3rd down right here. But in the second half, we've seen that a lot more. It's definitely got a little bit sloppier on the Winchester side. Maybe Lexington's defense has strengthened up a little bit, but the offense definitely has been a little more loose-strung.
3rd and 4 for the red and black. DePromeo gets the carry. He's got a lot of room down the sideline, out of bounds inside the 30. And the Winchester offense keeps rolling.
First down and more there, and just hit the edge and got out of town. Almost took it to the house. Now Winchester, fresh set of downs. A lot of clock, but the clock, I can imagine, does not matter much to them right now. It is all about game control at the moment.
Lowenstein and DePromeo once again are in the backfield together. DePromeo gets it again to the left side. He's got a lot of blockers down the field into the secondary and out of bounds inside the 15.
Not a surprise there. He's been running like that all game. And just continually, Winchester is giving him blocks. And he's able to make the most of it.
Nicky Rotondi, number 21 for Winchester, joins Lowenstein in the backfield. That's a name we have not gotten the chance to say tonight. He is a sophomore, plays running back and defensive back, and he's going to get the carry here, and he is not going to get much. Will Everett was the first one there. They'll throw him down behind the line.
Didn't get much, but did not go down easy. That took a little bit of effort to bring that man down, and don't think they're going to give him a loss. If anything, maybe a yard, but it'll be basically 2nd and 10 for Winchester.
DePromeo is back in the backfield. He'll get the carry on 2nd and 10. And he goes right up the middle. He'll be down just shy of the first down. Inside the 10.
Now a third and 3 for Winchester. Would love nothing more than a Lexington stop at this point in time. Defense definitely has stepped up.
It'll be a 5-score game if Winchester puts anything on the board here.
Little motion on the line for Winchester.
DiPromeo takes it to the left side. He will be brought down. Looks to be short of the first down.
They're going to mark it short. Give him 4th and about 1. Call that 4th and 1. Good job by Lexington there. Putting the stop. I imagine they're not going to send the kicker out, but we will see.
The offense is staying out there. Now, an early snap. Let's see if this one stands.
And they're going to give the ball to Lexington. At least one ref marked it. Unless they're calling.
Well,
yeah. Lexington ball.
It's a turnover on downs. I think
that's how you do it.
Everybody,
that is how you do
including the two of us, were a little confused at what just happened there. Winchester snapped the ball before anybody on their offense was ready for it, and Lexington jumped on the opportunity.
The only indication was a ref just casually pointing a finger in the Lexington direction, but Lexington gets the ball, and we will take that any day of the week.
6.5 minutes are left to play here tonight. The Minutemen might have their last chance here to get on the board on their senior night. Marson is the motion man. Flores tries to find the edge, and nothing doing for him. Charlie McCourt was the first one to get to him, and then Bronner Keogh helped finish him off.
He broke McCourt's tackle, but couldn't break much after that, and loses a handful on the first down attempt.
We are 7/8 of the way through this game here tonight.
That's good math. My goodness.
Wasn't always my strongest subject, but I can do the simple stuff.
When it comes to football, math is easy.
O'Shaughnessy will give it to Flores. And a solid gain for Flores on first down out across the 20. Should be good for a first down.
They are going to give it to him. I'll tell you what. Very dedicated from O'Shaughnessy, running up the sideline pretending he had the ball. I'm sure he faked out some people in this crowd. The clock continues to tick down at the moment. Just about 5 minutes remaining. Lexington looking for the score, and they got a first down. A new opportunity to go get it.
O'Shaughnessy looks to throw. Going to air it way out in the direction of Mao, and he's picked. Oh, he's not picked. A flag comes in. Joe Guida was in coverage. He can't believe he didn't haul it in, but it probably wouldn't have stood anyway.
That's going to be Stanley Chung getting the PI there. He was holding Mao like you wouldn't believe. And that'll move Lexington forward. Not a spot foul at this level, but still yards forward nonetheless. He did not need the PI on that play. That was a little underthrown on that one.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we will take the free first down.
Guido was really all over that. Even if he didn't come up with the interception, he still broke it up. So that is a silly foul on Winchester's part, but Lexington will absolutely take that.
Cafalis motion.
They toss it out to Flores. He finds room for about 5 on first down. The clock continues to run. We are approaching 4.5 minutes to play.
Flores very zippy. He just zips right through, picks up more yards than you think he ever could against the big defensive line, and very valuable asset to Lexington. Very glad he's coming back next season. And
we have a timeout on the field.
Lexington player down on the play. Believe that might be Kafalis. I believe that is the 6. Hard to tell at the moment, but timeout is taken. 4:22 remaining. See a lot of pink on the field tonight, Austin. Support of breast cancer awareness. See the pink ribbons on the field. Big showing tonight from Lexington. The pep band came out playing all night long. Played at the pep rally earlier this afternoon. A very talented group of musicians at Lexington High School.
If this game has taught me anything, it's that we need to get them out here for more games. Like, the atmosphere that they bring, it really makes this feel like high school football. You know, you can't really have the Friday night lights without a band of some sort, and they've really been one of the highlights of the night for me. So if I can make a suggestion to anyone in the music department, to whoever it may concern, keep the band out here for the home games. It's a lot more fun with them.
100%. They made a big push for just one game, but I think next season I would love to see them at every home game. And down on that play for Lexington now, moving, that is Hayden Parker. Offensive lineman. And a little bit of a big loss there for Lexington now. Have a hole on the offensive line they have to fill. We'll see who they use to fill it.
It's Abel Wahib Ibrahim who comes in
to
for
assist
the
him
moment.
off the field.
So we are still unsure who the replacement will be.
Believe it might be Ayush Patel. Hard to tell at the moment.
And the game will continue. 2nd and 5 for the Minutemen after the run by Flores. They are on their own 41-yard line. O'Shaughnessy going to the air. His pass is broken up. Intended for Billy Marson. In coverage on the play for Winchester was Quinn Pimentel.
Good play there for Winchester. Whenever you see the ball bounce up like that, you always get scared as an offensive player. You don't want any picks. But now 3rd medium for Lexington, 4:06 remaining in the game. Obviously, a chance of the win is slim to none at the moment, but playing for pride, that is still very much on the line. So definitely want a first down here. Get to midfield and keep the drive moving.
It's Flores and Marson on both sides of O'Shaughnessy. They will stay in there to block. O'Shaughnessy rolls to his left. Tries to find the sideline.
He got close.
No signal on the play. They mark him out at about the 45, so he should be about a yard shy of the first down.
A little update from an earlier injury. Nigel Ntwatwa out of the game with a leg injury. Believe it's the right leg. He's on the sideline in crutches. Definitely a loss for the Lexington defense, and they've stepped up without him. But that's going to be a big loss in the coming weeks if they get a consolation game, and especially heading into Thanksgiving if he's not healthy. 4th down, they're going for it here.
It's Marson up the middle. He's got the first down and a lot more out across midfield. So the drive will continue as we are just inside of 4 minutes to play.
Good run. They really hit that. They hit that play well majority of the times. And you'll love to see that. Tell you what, this Lexington team has risen to the occasion. A hotter night for the season, and you're looking for autumnal weather. You're not getting it. And Lexington dealt with the heat well. But the Winchester team came in punched him down.
Flores gets the carry. He's tripped up immediately. Once again, Quinn Pimentel, who broke up the pass for Billy Marson earlier on the drive, made the play. Keeps it to a gain of about 2 yards.
Clock continues to tick down. Now we're about 3 minutes out from the conclusion of this one. They're on the other side of midfield. They got a chance to score here. Some of these seniors taking their final snaps here on the Harold Crow Memorial Field.
Flores gets the carry again. He's got a lot of room. Christian Flores into the secondary and down inside the 35.
First big break in a while for Lexington, much needed on this possibly final offensive drive, and very much needed play there.
That's Christian Flores' longest run of the day.
He has been a workhorse so far tonight. They have relied on him heavily.
They spot him down at the 32-yard line. Minutemen looking to get at least something before the clock hits 0. Flores again with another hole. He'll go down to the 25.
Good blocks, and despite the loss of an offensive lineman, they have continued to run the ball very well. And now with about 2 minutes remaining, Lexington's got something flowing.
Less than 2 minutes to go. The Minutemen want to take that 0 off the scoreboard. They need to go 25 more yards.
Continuing to take a little extra time in the huddle. Keeping the strategy moving.
They fake to Flores. O'Shaughnessy has absolutely nowhere to go. They throw him down way back near the original line of scrimmage.
That was Sean Garrett, Andreas Mavromatis, and I believe Ua Murakami in on the tackle. All of them swarmed O'Shaughnessy pretty quick. And now just about a minute left in this game, 3rd and 8. But you're thinking about the end zone right now. You're not thinking about anything else.
They're going to run it with Flores.
He's
got a lot of room. Christian Flores into the secondary, down inside the 15 with a first down.
Lexington's got to get moving, and they got to take a timeout here if they want to score. And I believe they want to score.
They have not called one yet this half. I believe, unless an injury timeout does count against you, which it usually does. We're down inside of 40 seconds. The Minutemen are set up on the 12-yard line.
No timeouts just yet. I imagine they'll start coming soon, unless Lexington can score.
Flores gets the carry again. He finds a hole. Christian Flores is down just inside the 5. Call it maybe the 2-yard line. 23 seconds are on the clock.
And I imagine a timeout is coming here. The clock did stop.
Now it continues to run. We're down to 20 seconds. The Minutemen have to hurry here. They have time for maybe 2 more plays.
They got to get moving if they want to score. Come on.
Flores with the carry. He finds the edge and takes it in. With 6 seconds on the clock, the Minutemen get on the board.
And that's a good way for Lexington to end this game. Maybe not the best first half, but this second half, they shut Winchester out and they put up points on the board. You love to hear that. And Flores running it in. Flores was a monster on that drive. You could not stop him if you tried. And now Lexington has got a chance adding a point on.
They have Nathan D'Souza out there to kick it. John Kafalis will hold.
Interesting combo here. Kafalis usually the kicker. But we'll see how this one goes. D'Souza, first attempt of the game, maybe of the season.
Snap and holder good. Kick is not good. Not sure if it was tipped or not, but regardless, it falls well short of the line, and that will leave the score where it is at 28-6 with 6 seconds left in tonight's ball game.
Austin, it's been a great second half of this Lexington team. They went in down 28-0, and they come out and they shut Winchester down, pick up 6 points in the end, and I think it shows a lot about this Winchester team. There are cracks in this Winchester team that can be broken up, and you can really slow them down if you don't let them get off to a hot start. And I think that's what Winchester's strong suit is they get off to a hot start. It's hard to stop them right off the rip.
The scoreboard might not reflect what really went down in the second half tonight because it was really all Lexington. They gave up 28 points in the first half to the Winchester offense. In the second half, they shut them out. And as we've seen from this 6-1 Winchester team, that is no easy task. So even though tonight didn't go their way, that is a very big positive that they can take into next week.
100%. And whether it be next week or 2 weeks when the consolation game comes, I imagine it will be next week. And then Thanksgiving, Concord Carlisle, another team that you can definitely break up if you have a strong game like that. 6 seconds left to close this one out. On senior night, nonetheless.
The ball is not on a tee here. They're just going to squib it on the ground. And Winchester will not take any chances. Ted Bedreski will go down.
I mentioned senior night. Some very good football players leaving this team after this year. Mario Capone, the injured Jake Trexler, not returning Cameron Mosesian, Captain John Donahue, Hassan Alazan, of course, with Billy Marson. Sawyer Colwell, obviously also injured. Tommy Higgins, a force on the defense. Herbert Bonds, a force on the offensive and defensive line. Luke Herney, William Everett, Andrew Wang, and Taha Millard, all very strong seniors. The program is going to miss dearly.
They've had quite a ride with this team. You know, being freshmen during the COVID year, then having the coaching change right after that, it's been quite a unique journey. But Coach Wilson has said he could not be more proud of them and the way they've powered through it.
100%, all the adversity they faced. And at the end of the game, 28-6. Obviously, we've said many times the score does not reflect. There was moments of intensity, there was moments of fault, but in the end, a pretty strong performance by both teams. Something to go forward in the next week to be proud of. But Winchester comes out on top.
The Red and Black improved to 7-1. Their incredible season continues. The Minutemen fall to 1-7. But again, the scoreboard, the 22-point loss, really don't reflect the second half of this game where the defense was absolutely lights out. They did not give up a single point to the same offense that they allowed 28 points to in the first half. So I know it might be hard to find positives in this game, but that is certainly one that you have to take into the next week and the week after that, and really the rest of the season.
100%, Austin. We don't know when we're going to be back, if we're going to be back, but it's been a great season up here in the booth watching these Minutemen fight it out every Friday night, sometimes Saturday afternoon in the rain. But good season thus far, despite what the record shows. This team has a lot of fight in it.
Yeah, well, we hope that we will get at least one more game up here in the booth. If we don't, thank you all for being with us this season. It's been an awesome ride. I mean, you know, if this is the end, this is the end of 3 years of calling these games for me. I can't put into words how thankful I am for the people who have made this happen, to Terry, our director, Florence, the director of LexMedia, and everybody else who helps run these games. You know, without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I enjoy doing. I wouldn't be able to keep doing that in college. So really, I owe this all to you guys, so thank you.
It's going to be tough next season. Listen to the Minutemen, not hearing your voice, Austin.
Yeah. Well, you're not so bad yourself either, Duncan. Don't underestimate yourself.
Oh, I try.
So once again, our final, Winchester 28, Lexington 6. From all of us here on LexMedia, thank you for joining us tonight on Senior Night. I'm Austin Raish. I'm joined by Duncan Maloney. Have a great night.